Good morning. This call number 2010-05564 in the interest of Carmen Lee.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
No, Mr. Lee, Mr.
Yes,
Martinez, you're not involved in this matter.
Okay.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Joanna Costa, and I'm Carmen Lee's mother.
All right, and representing Ms. Acosta.
My name is Gary Udy, Your Honor. I represent Joanna Costa and Carmen.
All right, and sir, your name and your relationship to the child. Mr. Lee.
Sir, yes, sir. Vincent Lee.
And your relationship to the child. Okay,
Yes,
and representing the Attorney General's office, state of Texas.
Andrea Eoff.
All right, and Ms. Eoff, we have a suit for modification of support order, motion confirm support arrearage. What are we doing today?
Your Honor, we'd like to ask that the court take notice of the reset order that was signed in this case on October 26, 2022. Mr. Lee was present at the last hearing on October 20th, and on that day, he asked for a reset so that he could have time to hire an attorney. We are now here for trial, and he has not hired an attorney yet. He would like to have another reset so he can get an attorney. The state is opposed to this reset, Your Honor.
Mr. Lee?
Yes,
you have
sir.
something you want to add to this?
Yes, sir. I would love, like another reset if possible. I can have a lawyer, and I will do what I have to do to get it. And I mean, it's all in the court and the judge. I have no. That's all I'm asking for, another reset.
All right, that is denied. Anything further, Ms. Eoff?
No, Your Honor, we'd just like to be placed in breakout rooms so that we can continue with our negotiation.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, now this is cause number 2013-350-917 in the interest of VN Betancourt. Mr. Martinez, please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Felipe Martinez, I'm the father.
All right. And do we have anybody else present, or who do we have representing the state of Texas Attorney General's office?
Luis Regler for the Attorney General's office, Judge.
We have anybody else present on this matter?
No, Judge.
Let me see. This is the Capius pickup.
Yes, Judge. He was the father in this case was picked up on a capias. I think today would be his 7th day in jail from his booking date of 12/30/2022. So we're like to bring him in front of the court and first verify if he's requesting court-appointed counsel, so that if he is requesting court-appointed counsel, I can do the indigency hearing right now and get him a return date for a contempt date, if that's the case.
All right. Okay, Mr. Martinez, you understand the state has filed a motion for enforcement of child support and medical support against you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that if I find that you have not paid your child support and medical support as ordered, that I could incarcerate you in Harris County Jail for a period of time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you further understand that if I find that that you don't have to say anything, you don't have to sign anything, you have a right to remain silent? Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You further understand that you have a right to have the court appoint an attorney to represent you if you are indigent?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Are you asking the court to appoint an attorney to represent you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's have an indigency hearing.
Yes, thank you, Judge. Sir, and Judge, I'll call the father as a witness.
Uh,
Before you got picked up, were you working at all?
Yes, I was working. I was working in the oil field as a mechanic. Literally,
Okay.
I was working out of San Antonio.
Hold on, one question at a time, okay?
Yes,
Okay, before you got arrested, you said you were working as an oil field mechanic?
yes, sir.
Okay. What company were you working for?
Sharps Oil Field Services.
Sharps?
Sharps. Yes, sir.
SHARP?
Yes, sir.
You said that's based out of San Antonio?
Uh, yes, sir.
Okay. And did they paid you hourly or were you salary?
No, I was getting paid $28 an hour.
And did you have a weekly average of hours that you were working?
I think it was like 50 or something.
Per week?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that $28 an hour, when you did overtime, past 40 hours, those 10 hours of overtime, was that time and a half that they were paying you?
I believe so.
How long had you been working in that?
I was working there for 9 months.
Sir, how do you expect me to find you indigent when you're making over $1,000 a week?
Well, I mean, the thing is that I relocated from San Antonio and ended up getting a house in the process and moved to Saratoga. So when I moved to Saratoga, I literally been out of work for about like 3 months and I'm looking for work now.
Oh, I thought you were working until you got arrested.
No, I was working before then. That's how I was paying the child support. But when I relocated, then I started trying to look for work over here on this side. I relocated from San Antonio to Saratoga,
Saratoga, what?
Texas.
And where is that?
It's about an hour away from hour away from Houston, or like 45 minutes away from Houston.
And why did you move when you had a good job?
Just because my wife and my family and everything, they all moved. They bought property over there, and I ended up moving over there just to be closer to my family, and so I could be closer to Ian, so I could go see him.
Let me see. All right, go ahead, Mr. Regler.
From the time that you moved to Saratoga and stopped working until you got arrested, how much time was that?
It'd been like 2 months, I believe, 2 or 3 months to be honest.
So 2 months unemployed before you got arrested. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So what were you doing for work in those 2 months?
I was helping my mom make tamales, or selling tamales.
Is that your only source of income then when you were selling tamales?
No, I get disability through the VA. And I recently found out that if I can get my son's social security number and add him to my VA, that they can give me an increase so I can start paying off of that. I didn't know that. I didn't know I could do that
How long have you been receiving VA benefits?
since I got out the military.
Okay, well, how long is that? Do you remember?
9/11 of 2013.
And you're still getting those benefits today?
I believe so.
You get a monthly check or it's a weekly deposit? How do they do it?
It's a monthly check.
Okay, what is your monthly check?
It's like 14. It's like 1,400.
And you're saying if you add your son to it, you may be able to get more?
They'll give me if I add my son, if I get his social security number and I add him, they'll give me an increase, which they'll pay me for him. And then whatever they give me for him, then I can give that. I can start paying that so it doesn't leave me without making any payments or anything.
Mr. Regler,
Yes, Judge.
on my docket sheet, I have a order to recall the capias.
Mhm. Yes,
So
Judge.
how was he arrested on that capias
It's
if it was recalled?
There were two capiases. When the new enforcement was filed, apparently there was an old pending capias, and that's the one that was recalled.
Uh,
The old. The old
okay. I see. Okay. All
I
right.
don't know. I don't know why and that wasn't done before the new enforcement was filed. But for whatever reason, it was still pending when the new enforcement was filed. So we requested an order withdrawing the old KPS, and he was picked up on a new one. Okay, sir. So apart from the disability benefits and occasionally selling tamales, is there any other way that you are bringing home any kind of money?
Nah, not right now. I mean, I got a bunch of job interviews and things lined up, you know what I mean, once I get out of here so I can get back on my feet. I just needed a little bit of time.
Okay, tell me about that. What kind of jobs do you think you have lined up?
I mean, I went to school for HVAC, you know what I mean, and I went to school for the diesel industrial program. So I worked on heavy equipment as a mechanic, and I worked on commercial and residential for HVAC. So I mean, I know I have opportunities working at apartment complexes or working in HVAC itself, you know, for residential or commercial, or getting back into the mechanic business.
Okay, do you have any kind of money saved up in any accounts?
No, sir.
The property that you moved to, who's paying the property, the mortgage or rent or whatever it is? Who's paying?
I'm paying the rent.
How much is the rent?
It's like 912 or 915, I believe. Or maybe I think it's 1,000.
You're paying that with the VA benefits?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any other kind of monthly expenses that you pay for?
Yeah, I got cell phone, the water, light.
The utilities for the property?
Yes, sir.
How much do you think you pay for a combined monthly payment for all that? Your best estimate.
For right now, man, honestly, if I gave a number out there, I wouldn't be giving an accurate number because I've only been there for so long. So I don't know what it'll be consistently every month.
Is your wife working, sir?
No, my wife was working for the commissary at Randolph Air Force Base, but when she relocated with me, she's looking for work also.
How many children do you have in your home?
None.
It's just you and your wife on the property?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to find him not indigent. What are we doing with this case, Mr. Regula?
Judge, I propose we have him released and brought back for a contempt date on March 30th for an in-person docket setting. March 30th.
All right, Mr. Martinez, I'm going to release you and reset this case for March 30th, 2023. You're sworn to return on that day. If you do not appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest. This will give you time to hire an attorney. If you appeared without an attorney, you'll be representing yourself. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything further, Mr. Regula?
That's all, Judge. So he's sworn to return, correct?
Yes.
They'll give you paperwork on when that date is again?
You'll get the paperwork March 30th.
March 30th.
If you do not appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest, and you won't get out so easily next time. You understood?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And can I reconfirm real quick, sir, what is your address where you're going to be living?
15965 FM 787 Saratoga, Texas 77585, I believe.
Okay, and your phone number?
409-504-2242.
Okay, and do you have an email?
Yes, it's FMJR880507@gmail.com.
Okay,
What was that FM number? 15969 FM what?
787.
And the zip code is?
I believe it's 77585.
you
All
said
right.
15965
Yes, sir.
FM 787. Okay.
All right. Anything further?
That's all I have, Judge.
All right. Part is excused.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm good. So they said they released it. I wouldn't have.
Didn't put my hearing aids on today.
Luis, you're all done.
Hey, Luis.